Alright, welcome back to boot camp today. Today's a Monday, it's November 2nd, I'm pretty sure today. And we're gonna get into liquidity. I'm gonna make two parts of this. I'm gonna do either two or three. Probably gonna do two. Today's part one, we're just gonna talk about what is liquidity. Because for you to understand what liquidity is, like for you to spot out liquidity, you need to understand what liquidity is. So this will be a semi-quick video today. Shouldn't be too long, but basically, what is liquidity, right? Why is it important to us, right? So liquidity is just a area on the market where it shows us where we have buyers and sellers, or where we have people's stop loss and people's take profits, right? That's all liquidity is, okay? Now, how do we use this to our advantage, right? Well, we use this to our advantage because we can spot areas of inefficiencies, more so areas where we can enter in a trade based on which liquidity gets swept, right? So that basically means if price goes one direction and it takes out sellers, right? Like sellers get stopped out, then you would go for a buy, right? Sellers aren't being in control anymore. So how do we use liquidity to our advantage, right? So like I said, I'm not going to get into how do we identify liquidity because that's going to be in part two. But liquidity basically is like if you have a market shift structure, a BOS, right? Basically, if you have the breaking structure and it continues up, and then you have an MSS or a change of character, that means liquidity has been swept in either probably the higher time frame. Depends on what time frame you'd have to look, right? So liquidity broken down is essentially, like I said, it's an area where people are getting stopped out, getting filled on their orders, take profits are either getting hit, and those are like the three different types of liquidity. Now, there's buy side liquidity and there's sell side liquidity, right? So, how can we use this to our advantage, right? So, we can use this to our advantage by following what the big banks do, right? Because back in the day, say for example, you wanted a share of Apple, right? Let's just say you wanted a share of Apple, okay? You would physically be like, I want a share of Apple, and it would take X, Y, and Z amount of times because whenever you buy a share, someone's selling a share, okay? That happens on the Nasdaq. You're buying a contract, someone's selling a contract, right? Give or take. So basically, it's just an area of where there's people selling and people where they're buying, right? And you're using this to your advantage because, like I said, big banks have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to be trading with, right? They will use these inefficient areas, these liquidity areas, to make you, the trader, to get stopped out. Because remember, 89% of traders are gamblers, right? So banks are gonna be like, okay, if we know that, then let's make these orders get stopped out so we can get our order in for a better price and we'll make more money. And the trader then will take their money in the process. So that's how it works, right? So that's basically what liquidity is broken down into short term. It's just, like I said, an area where there's resting buyers and sellers or stop losses and take profits, right? So like this trade today, this area got hit for a take profit. Almost every long trader that was long on this went short. So that's an example of liquidity. Am I chart it out for you guys and explain into finer depth of what is liquidity in this video? No, because that's going to be part two. I'm just giving you the basic general idea of what liquidity is and how it's important to us, right, as traders. So, like I said, all liquidity is, it's an area of inefficiency on the chart. You're looking for buyers that get taken out or sellers that get taken out. When that happens, then you can enter in your position, okay? And we actually did take a trade today based off liquidity, and I probably will make a trade recap on that, and I'll explain how and why we won that trade, okay? And it's actually this trade right here that we took. So I would definitely will make a video on that. This video is going to be short, like I said. It's not very long because I'm just explaining the simplicity of liquidity. What is it? That's all I'm doing. So if you really want to break it down into, like I said, part two should be coming out in 2 days because tomorrow we have another trading video. Technically, I think it comes out tonight. We have a video that's once again back in psychology, the head part. Because like I said in the last video, if you watched it, three things you need is strategy, edge, and psychology, and you're profitable. Those are the three things that you need. So, like I said, if you haven't watched those videos, which I definitely recommend you do watch because we are on day 11, I think, or day 12. We're 2 weeks in this already. Damn. I think we're on day 11 or day 12 or day 10 in that range. I got to take a look, but that's liquidity broken down in fine aspects of what is liquidity. Okay, it's just an area where the banks are going to be buying up, taking you out of your position, and from there, um, that's basically what liquidity is. It's all it is. So you want to be trading like the big banks, because if you don't, you're going to be part of that 98% of people that lose money in the market. So that will probably wrap it up for today's video. If you obviously need to rewatch it, because I know I kind of went fast in this, because I did say it would be short. That's totally cool. I'll go real slow, real quick on what it was. All liquidity is, it's a level on higher high or higher low or break structure, whatever it is, right? Where you have buyers and sellers that are resting, right? Resting orders. It's a limit area where there's a bunch of people buying it up or selling it down. Or it's where their stop loss is, so the traders are out of their positions, because that's what the big banks like to do. And once that gets hit, liquidity is swept, okay? And then you can play it for a long or short, depends on whichever direction the liquidity sweep was. So that's what it is on a slower time scale of me really breaking it down right there, okay? So that's the best way really explain liquidity, what it is on part one. Part two, we will be charting it out on the graph, and I will be showing it actually. I'm going to make the video tonight because we have a perfect example of what is liquidity and how we can find it in the market. So with that said, enjoy the rest of this weekend, because we have videos coming out every day this weekend because we're back on the weekend. If you're not following yet, join up. If you're not part of our Discord server, definitely be part of the Discord server. I'm only only the VIP members and premium members are going to be getting this video. So if you're watching this, that means you already are part of the Discord server. So with that said, um, yeah, that's liquidity. This is part one, so there will be a part two, okay? So if you are lost right now on what liquidity is, rewatch this video, please, okay? Because like I said, you guys need to understand what liquidity is, because if you play off support and resistance, you're basically saying, oh, it's at the floor, I'm gonna buy it. That's stupid. Don't be doing that, because liquidity could get swept in either direction, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, now I'm down a band. I'm down at 1 grand. So, like I said, if you don't understand it, what it is definition-wise, rewatch this video, okay? Please rewatch this video, because I basically explained it the best that anyone could. I described what liquidity is, and if you don't understand it, you're gonna have to watch part two, because in part two we are going to go further in depth of how you can spot it and be like, oh shit, that's what it is. So, with that said, we're gonna wrap it up here. Peace.